Hey Goal Getter, I'm Angela.
And I'm Adam.
We help normal moms and dads chase after their big dreams.
In a modern online world.
All while in the midst of raising kids.
In what we call the family hustle.
Hey you guys, welcome to another episode of the Family Hustle podcast, where we share tips that we've learned along the way over the past 5 years of entrepreneurship, starting our own business, working from home, starting an online income stream that allows us to have more freedom to do what we want to do on a Monday morning. And so I don't know if you follow me on Facebook or Instagram or wherever you may have connected with me, but today I actually shared a win because my baby actually slept through the night, and so that was super exciting. But he's actually taking another nap, and so part of this live is me just going live because situations were working out in the sense that he was taking a nap. So I'm going to record this Facebook Live that I'm going to turn into a podcast. And if you know anything about repurposing content, saving time while you are building the life of your dreams, then this is one of the ways that I do that. And so I think I actually have another podcast all about repurposing content that will save you time. So if you're a busy mom listening to this, give me a shout out because you are among friends. And that's who I am. I'm a busy mom who wants to build a business online so that I can have more time with my family and do more of what I love most. Well, today, I'm going to share a little bit about answer some questions from some listeners who have messaged me, and some of a lot of us, we all are a little kid inside, right? Even as an adult, we don't have it all figured out, and we deal with fear, and maybe as we've grown, our fear kind of manifests in different ways, but still, we're that little kid, on the playground who doesn't want to get left out. We don't want to get made fun of. We have this fear that holds us back. And so I know, I've shared a lot about how personality wise, I had a lot of fear of showing up because I'm an introvert at heart, and so it takes a lot of energy for me to put myself out there. But then, after a while, I kind of realized, wow, there are other people out there that I actually can help and I actually can make an impact in their life. And so now my motivation is that every single day I want to wake up and I want to, give content, give tips, share from my own experience, what I've learned, what's worked, what hasn't worked, so that it actually can help somebody who's just a couple steps behind me. And so sometimes that means, I actually wrote this down, that a leader means, all that means is that you go first. And so having the courage to go first. So if you want to make an impact in other people's lives, sometimes that means that you have to go first. And that means that you have to do stuff before you are ready. And so that's kind of the underlying tone of this podcast, this live video, however you are finding me. First off, I just want to say I appreciate you for listening. And so if you want to take a minute and take a screenshot and share this in your stories, I would appreciate that because that helps us get the word out about this information, these tips that we get to share every single week. And so today I'm going to talk a little bit about how to start, where to start when you are a newbie, and wanting to grow an online business and what actually works in 2020. If you're listening to this in another year, then flashback, it's 2020 right now. It's actually the beginning of the year. But marketing and growing a business online has changed so much in the past 5 years. And so I feel like it's so important to be relevant to now, what's working now. And so that's what I want to share, especially for you who is thinking like, I want to make a change. I want to impact lives. I want to do something as a busy mom. I just have this dream to do more for my family, for others. I just have this passion. Where do I get started? But how do I do that when I have no experience? So first off, I want to say I have no marketing experience. All of this is self-taught. I probably have listened, read, done enough to have a marketing degree, but my degree is actually in speech therapy. I have a master's degree in speech pathology, communicative disorders. But I realized, maybe I'm the one with the communicative disorder because I was the one who was an introvert who had a message inside me that I couldn't share until I realized, wow, like I am holding myself back by limiting my own message. And so I realized showing up in a big way, even in a big way in just one person's life can impact so many families and others. And so that's my motivation, is that I want to help you if you feel like you are holding yourself back and you're just ready to push it away, take off that mask that you maybe have been wearing, in the sense of that you're not showing up as, the full potential that you can, because that's kind of what happened with me, is that I realized, wow, I can do so much more as a busy stay-at-home mom, as an introvert, and I love it whenever I see other women stepping into who God created them to be. It just fills my heart, because I'm just like, yes, you can do so much even as a stay-at-home mom. You don't have to have a degree. Even though I have a degree I'm not using. Okay, so part of, I wanted to share with you, I have a freebie that I created, and that's kind of a step-by-step of how you can actually get started with no experience, but actually how you can impact people just by sharing your journey and your story. And so part of what I've already shared with you is like tidbits of my story. But what I want to share with you is that guide because I am a visual person and I love worksheets and I love things that break it down into easy steps. And so I created that for you. So if you want to grab that freebie, just say the word plan and you literally will have a 90-day plan to where you can start today. You can launch your online business, your online, whatever you want to do, that impacts other people just by sharing your journey. And so that's a freebie that I created. I actually created it for my team, but I'm bringing it to you for free. And so you can grab that. And if you just say the word plan, I will send it to you. But number one, I talked about things that hold us back is whenever we feel like we aren't ready. And so like I said, going live today, I'm certainly not ready. I actually, I wrote down some notes, but sometimes this is something that I've actually learned in the past 5 years, is the best thing that we can do is actually to start before we're ready, because you will never be ready. You'll never be ready to start something. I can go back to my experience as a speech pathologist. I spent 6 years learning, getting my degree and everything. And on that first day of my job where I was supposed to know what to do, I was like a deer with the headlights, because it was just like, wow, they did not teach us everything we needed to know in grad school. Like, what in the world did I pay for? But you will never be ready. Experience and jumping in before you're ready is honestly the best way for you to learn and for you to improve. And so what I actually, have learned is that if I have an urge to do something that I feel like is going to push me towards who I want to become, I've heard Mel Robbins share about the 5-second rule. Like, you give yourself 5 seconds and then you have to do it. And so like sometimes, you see me going live and I teach people, some different tips to go live and get over that fear. But sometimes you just have to do it and then you'll get better. And so whenever I hear someone who says, I don't have any experience or I don't feel ready, and it's like, good. If you don't feel ready, you are on the right track, because you're actually doing something that's pushing you outside of your comfort zone, and you're never going to improve if you stay in your little bubble. And so, going live, starting our podcast, doing things like that is something that was way outside of my comfort zone, because I had never done anything like that before. Now, the next thing is, I hear from people, I want to do something, I want to make an income online, but I don't have experience and I'm not a salesman. And what I always say is, good. It's 2020. People do not want to be sold anymore. And so what your own personal experience is the number one thing that you need to help other people and impact their lives. And so if you can, get your own story, share that story, and improve someone's life in some way, then that is the number one goal. And that's what I share with my team. That's what, that's why I created this freebie for you, so that you can, create your own story and how you want to help other people. Think about how can you, as an individual, as a single person, help other people. And so many of what I teach is just authentic storytelling, just sharing your story and helping other people see that they can have their own story too. And so that's the number one thing that I would share in that fear that I hear from a lot of people, because believe me, I am definitely, I told you I have no marketing degree. I have nothing like that. I'm just a mom who decided to jump into something that I had no experience about. And it's been a way for us to impact families like we've never been able to do prior. And it's a way to help other people, and like I said, that's my main motivation. Every single day I wake up and I'm just like, how can I improve somebody's life, today? And so that's why I'm doing this live. Okay, and so if you feel like, well, gosh, I'm new, I don't have any results yet, I don't know, how can I start something if I have no results yet? And so that's what this plan is, so that you can get your 90-day results, you can get your own results. But the best thing that you can do is share and say, I'm just getting started, and this is where I want to go. And the reason I'm getting started and I'm, doing this and I'm, jumping out of my comfort zone is because I've seen other people and sharing people, that you've been able to connect with, who have, shown you that what's possible. You can use other people's story and be the connection to them, and just say, like, it's possible for you, it's possible for me. I've seen them do it, and I know that, that's going to be me. And this is the plan that I'm using, and I can't wait to share that with you and share this journey. And so just show, you don't have to have results. More people will follow your journey and see, what are you doing to actually change your life? Because in today's society, a lot of people who I talk to feel stuck, they feel frustrated, but they don't have a way out. And if you can show how you're actually making steps to make a difference, then they will be tuning in to find, wow, she's actually making a difference in her life. She's actually, having a healthier life, or changing her family's financial situation, or whatever it is. And they will be tuning in while you are getting started. And so, like I said, I broke it all down in that freebie for you, so you can get started with your own 90-day results plan. And so you can just comment below, or if you're watching the podcast or listening to the podcast, then you can check out the show notes where you can grab it there. But I hope that this inspired you to do something today, before you're ready, because honestly, that's the only way we're gonna grow. And I think about, with my own kids, we see it in our kids because we're the adults. And so we see it in our kids, and I have a 1-year-old who's just now learning how to walk. And obviously he's not ready to walk. Like, if he lets go, he falls down. And so right now he's just holding on to all of the furniture and scooting, around and everything. But as soon as he lets go, he stands for 2 seconds and then he falls down. He's not ready to walk. But how else is he going to learn how to walk, right? And we see it in our kids, and we just don't see it for ourselves. How else are you going to make a change if you don't take the steps to make that change? If you don't start going in the direction of where you want to go, how are you ever going to see that difference? You're not. It's not going to happen. You're not going to wake up one day just be like, oh, wow, my life, this is fixed and that's fixed. It's not going to happen unless you start making those footsteps in the right direction, and it starts before you are ready. And so my number one takeaway is to do something today that you've been wanting to do, but you're just not ready, or you don't feel ready, and you just do it anyways. So takeaway, do something outside of your comfort zone that you don't feel ready to do. And number 2 is grab that 90-day action plan that I created just for you as a freebie to walk you through your first 90 days. And we want to say, I hope you guys are having an amazing week. And don't forget to give us a shout out in your stories that you're listening to this episode of The Family Hustle.
Thanks for listening to The Family Hustle with Angela and Adam Parker. We appreciate you guys being here.
If you're listening, don't forget to take a screenshot and share it into your stories and tag us at Grassfed Mama.
Also, don't forget to subscribe and leave us a review on your podcast player of choice. That helps other people find out about what we're doing, and it's the best thing you can do to help us grow the podcast.
Hey goal getter, are you ready to stop having to chase after people only to realize they aren't even interested in what you have to offer? You spend months trying to build rapport and get to know them, and then they never seem interested in buying. What if you could attract your ideal customer to you and have them reaching out for more information about your business and what you have to offer? If this sounds like something you want more info on how you can put into practice, join our Attraction Marketing Bootcamp, where we take 5 days to dig deep into discovering what your ideal customer wants and how you can be the most attractive to them through branding and developing a customer journey. Over the 5 days, you'll have worksheets and videos to guide you through this self-study. To learn more, head on over to grassfedmama.com/attractionmarketing. And now back to the show.